Hi, Pastor Jim here with a word of encouragement. And boy, do I have a word of encouragement for you today. We're going to be able to have church. I'm so excited about that. I've been waiting all of these weeks, like you have, to be able to meet together in church. And we're going to be able to open church this Sunday on the 24th. The state has gone into phase two. And we've got guidelines from both the Department of Health and Human Resources from North Carolina and from the district also. And so things are going to look different and things are going to be different, at least through the rest of phase two. This order expires on the 22nd of June. And so for at least that time, things are going to be quite different when you come in, those of you that can come in or feel comfortable coming in. So let me just give you some heads up about what to expect. And we're excited to see you. We're looking forward to seeing you. But let me tell you right up front, if you don't feel comfortable, and a lot of people don't, the numbers are still going up, cases are still going up, different counties are still being hit. As you would expect, numbers are spiking, and there's nothing to hide about that. I mean, the numbers are out there. We're following them closely, and but if there are certain groups of people that they're more worried about, and so there's the ones that they have underlying conditions, and so 65 and older seems to be a group that's particularly hard. There's a list of them that I have from the Department of Health and Human Resources off of Governor Cooper's Executive Order 141, and they include people who are 65 and older, people of any age with serious underlying medical conditions, including people who have a immune system that's deficient and or an immune compromised system. Those who have chronic lung disease, moderate to severe asthma, serious heart conditions, severe obesity, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, ongoing dialysis, or liver disease, or some of the things they mentioned there. We're not forcing you back to church. We're not saying, hey, you need to be here. But we're opening the doors and we're excited to do that. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, listen, use your best judgment. All right, God gave you a brain, and it's not to say, well, I'm going to run with this pair of scissors just as fast as I can down the hill, and if I die, then it's God's will. No, God gave you a brain, so He gave you the ability to reason. Use your best judgment. If you can safely come in with us, we are so looking forward to having you. I've got my mask that I've got that my sister got for me here, so I'll be using that when I'm not leading the worship service. And so I encourage you to do some things like that. Wear a mask. Okay, there's not going to be any handshaking. There's not going to be any hugging. There's not really going to be any socializing. Really, we're going to need people to come in and go to your seat, in which we're blocking off certain pews. So every other pew and alternating side by side. You'll see signs on the pews that say, "Don't use this row." Okay, and that's all for this social distancing and keeping people apart. We need families to sit together because you got to be 6 feet apart from other families. And so if you have two of one family and then another one of that same family back there, well, that one's taking up a whole nother 6 feet. So we need to really be cognizant of the time. So we need families to sit together on that. There's not going to be any Sunday school for phase two. There's not going to be any youth group. There's not going to be any Wednesday evening services during this time yet. There will be 3 services on Sunday, 8:30, 11, and at 6:30. Pastor Hardesty will be preaching the 8:30 and 11. I'll be preaching the 6:30. But listen, you don't have to go to all 3. You don't have to go to 2. Pick one. All right, the whole idea is to limit the amount of people there. And so the district came out and said, give multiple services. Well, we're already doing that. But you can come to whichever ones you want. You can come to one service. But we're trying to limit the amount of people because we have a fire capacity of seating. We can only be at 50% of that, or 12 people per 1,000 feet. And so it's limited. So but we're so looking forward to you being there. It's something else. We're gonna be dismissing by rows, starting from the back to the front. And you know how when we normally dismiss, and there's that big bottleneck up at the back, so everybody can say hello to the pastor. That's not going to be there because we're going to dismiss by rows and let those rows completely walk through out of the foyer and into the parking lot. And that way we can go ahead and dismiss the next row. And if they stop there, if they start to congregate in the foyer, then it's going to inhibit other people being dismissed from their row. And so we need you to just kind of keep on moving through and out into the parking lot. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but listen, you're free to stop and talk to somebody 6 feet apart in the parking lot all you want to, and we encourage that. Okay? But we can't have a lot of people in that small foyer. There's not going to be offering as we come up to the front, but that's got lights and cameras because we're going to continue during phase 2 videotaping the sermons. We're not going to videotape the whole service because we don't have that kind of capacity to be able to do that. We got about a 30-minute window for the sermon, and that's what we have. So, but we're going to, all the way through phase 2, we're going to be still videotaping it. So if you say, well, I don't really feel comfortable, but I really want to see the service, we're still going to be putting those on the website just like we have been in phase 1 and during the lockdown. So don't feel like you got to go for that reason, all right? And again, we feel it's important that churches opened up. It's not a constitutional issue for us, but it is a safety issue, and it is a biblical issue. The Bible tells us to meet together, and there's a strength that comes from that, and there's an encouragement that comes from that I know a lot of you are longing for and looking for. But we're still going to be providing the video adaptations throughout at least phase 2, if not into phase 3. So don't feel like you're going to miss the sermon if you're not there, okay? Same thing for Sunday night. So don't feel like you've got to brave the weather or whatever and come back out for. We're still going to do that, okay? For that service as well. The offering will be given on the way out as you exit the building. And we make a big deal of the offering being an act of worship. It's still going to be an act of worship, okay? It absolutely is. Anytime you're giving to God, it's an act of worship. It's just that you're going to do it on the way out of the building than at the close of the service. And so be expecting that to be different as well, okay? Not going to be a nursery because according to the guidelines, we have to take every single thing out of the nursery. Every toy, every book, everything has to come out of the nursery. And then what are the kids going to do? I mean, so if you have children, you're going to take them into the sanctuary with you. Bring a bag of stuff that they can do. With our grandchildren, when we brought them to church, my wife had a little bag for Bailey. Many of you remember this, and they had some crayons, and they had a coloring book, and they had some things for them, or a book that they could look at, some things that they could do to keep them occupied. And so just bring something like that in with them, okay? Don't let them color on the new chairs, please. You're going to love the new sanctuary too, the new carpet, the new chairs. It is beautiful. The new paint, they've done a lot of work. It's beautiful in there, and you're going to love it. As I said, the lighting is still going to be set up, and so that won't be able to come around. There won't be any choir, won't be able to go up front, is what I was trying to say. There won't be prayer for people individually at 11 o'clock like we're used to doing, but we're going to pray during the service for people like we do at the 8:30 service. We'll take prayer requests and we'll just pray for people, all social distancing. And there's not going to be any choir. There won't be any things of that nature. But listen, it's going to be church. The presence of the Lord is going to be there. We're going to be together. All right. Those of you that can come, we're going to be together. And I cannot tell you how happy we are, how excited we are. We've looked for this day. It's almost here. Just a couple of more days. We'll be able to see each other. And we'll be able to go to church together. And we'll be able to enjoy the presence of the Lord and worship together. And we're really looking forward to that. And so I hope to see you there. But our top priority is for you to be safe and that you're comfortable. And so if you want to give it a couple more weeks, give it a couple more weeks. Okay, we're still going to be there. If you're just itching and raring to go, we'll see you Sunday. All right, at the service of your choice, 8:30, 11, or 6:30. But we'll see you there, and we just can't wait to see us together again as a church family. We've been praying for you every morning, and we're going to continue to do that. You stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you real soon. God bless you. Be encouraged.